In this video, we're going to look at the list style type property, where we can control and adjust the list icon that we have on our unordered list, or adjust the numbering style of our ordered list. So let's start and explore. So right now I have this very basic setup here. These are just basic cards. And then here we have a list card. And basically in this list card, we will create a item or a list item of an unordered list. So let's start and explore this. So the first thing we do is we put in here a unordered list, which stands for UL, and then we say here LI for list item, and here could be item 1, and I'll just copy this, and let's end 2 and 3. So we have 2 and finally number 3. So we have 3 items in here. If we refresh now, we have these items here. And these circles here are basically called disks. So this is the default setup. So if I open up the developer tab, you will find the default setup in here. So you can click on this, and once you click on this, you are now on the list item, and then you can click on computed and scroll down here, and we can look for here the specific property list style type. As you can see, the list style type is set on property. In this disk, and you can see here where it's officially originated. Is it originated from here? You can see it's originated on the unordered list. So if you would go here to computed, you will find it here as well. The letter L for list style, there you are, or originated from the unordered list, and of course handed down to the list item itself, meaning that you can also put the property on here and it will still adjust itself. So let's play around with that. So first of all, we're going to see here the unordered list, and then we say unordered list. We'll say list style type, which is our property, the list style type. And then our list style type right now is disk. So that's the default setting. So if I save this and refresh, nothing happens here because it's exactly the same value here. But what if we say here square instead? So we save this, we turn around or we refresh, and you can see now it has been adjusted to a square, or maybe we want a circle. Refresh, now you can see instead of a disk there's just a dot or a circle around it with a blank space within. And this is the way how you can play around with it. Personally, we hardly use them. For design purposes, this is not really the nicest design, and I would say to remove them and only use the numbering if needed. So here, the more common option would be none. If we save this and refresh, it will just be removed. Another item that you need to remember is the list of the unordered list will always have a default margin padding. Right now, if you scroll up here to the top, we have this universal selector. And this universal selector basically says that every item or every element or selector, in our case, should have a margin of 0 and a padding of 0. So this is very important. So if you were to remove this and refresh, you will see now it will adjust itself into position, and the padding has been activated, and there's a slight margin here, top and bottom. So because of this, we don't have to do that. But if you don't have this universal selector setting, or you don't use this, which I highly recommend you do use, then you need to put in here margin and padding of 0. Alright, so now you have this. Another option is, for example, we have an ordered list. Now let's go back here and we can change this. Instead of an unordered list, we make it an ordered list with the OL. We replace that. We go back here and I'm going to just comment this out for now. Save that. Refresh, and once we do that, you can see now the following. You can see here immediately there is a numbering here, and we can adjust this numbering to different style. For example, we want the Roman number, so we say upper Roman. You can save that, and then we get the Roman numbers like these. This is almost like Word, if you recognize the style. And then maybe you have the alpha, you have the upper alpha or the lower alpha. Let's save that, refresh. There you are. Lower for the small caps, And who knows, I saw there upper, what is it, upper Greek or Latin. I have no idea how that will look like. Let's save that, refresh. You can see that's exactly the same, so that's alright. I was expecting maybe some special characters like alpha, beta, and zeta, but there's none at all. Alright, so this is a way how you can play around with it. Most of the time you will, if you use ordered list, you probably will just leave it on default. If you use unordered list, I would say to remove the item and maybe create your, well, you don't have to create your own, but to make it in such a design that is very clear to people. However, it is up to you. However, most of the time if someone uses the unordered list, the disk, the circle, etc., are not that appealing. So I would say here to almost hide them or display none, or list style type set on none. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions regarding this, make sure you put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here. You will probably enjoy this as well.